My mother and I are going for a walk down the pier. She points out into the beautiful, clear blue water. My mother comments on how much the water has changed over the years and how the fish and corals are decreasing, but still, I can't imagine it being any less beautiful. By the corals, there is so much diversity. They are full of such vibrant colors and interesting fish swimming around it. I can't keep my eyes off of it. I don't see how something this perfect could have looked any better, but my mom says soon I will. She explained to me how coral bleaching can occur. She told me that when the corals are faced with water conditions such as temperature, light, or nutrients, corals will get stressed and will expel the living algae in their tissue, causing them to turn white and die. She told me it's caused by something we call climate change, and that us humans are doing it ourselves. When we burn fossil fuels, or when we convert land for forestry, or even when we release CO2 into the air, because of all our productions in our factories, we release multiple substances into the air. Because of this, they are building up in the atmosphere, which causes change of temperature. That's the main contribution to climate change. 30% of carbon dioxide us humans release into the air is absorbed into the ocean. My mom tells me climate change is one of the coral's biggest threats. She says we will have to worry about it, but I don't think I need to. Nothing will happen while I'm alive.
I am taking my daughter down to the place my own mother had taken me 16 years ago. As I look out into the water, I began to realize what my mother had been talking about. I could see how the corals were losing their beautiful colors, and how the diversity of the reef no longer had the same effect. Coral bleaching had taken its toll and was robbing the corals from its color as it was slowly dying. There were very little fish. As oceans became warmer due to climate change, it was not ideal living conditions for the fish. In response, they must have moved more north to find new habitats that have not been ruined yet. There is also another threatening factor: acidification. When carbon dioxide enters the ocean and combines with seawater, it produces carbonic acid, something very harmful towards the corals and fish. This lowers the pH levels of the water. Because of all of the threatening causes that are making the fish decrease, seafood has become more expensive to buy. By this year, salmon are now on the brink of extinction as well as shrimp. Looking out into the water right before my eyes, I noticed the whole area looks sick. My daughter would never get to enjoy the beautiful array of colors and fish in the coral. It makes me sad to think back that I could have taken action to fix this escalating problem. But I ignored my mother's warning. Because of that, my daughter and her children will never get to experience the beautiful scene I once saw. I try to warn my daughter what my mother had told me. I just hope she listens, unlike I did.
I walk back to the spot where my mother had brought me to see my first coral reef. By now she's dead, as well as the fish and coral reefs. Magnificent shrimpfish no longer roam these waters. Parrotfish are extinct. Due to ocean acidification, the sea anemones have died off, and the clownfish have gone extinct along with them. It's a sad sight. There is nothing left. The corals have completely disappeared, with no beautiful colors to spot them by. The fish are dead and gone. Everything that once lived under the beautiful clear blue water is no longer here. People will no longer be able to see such a sight. My grandson asked me why I didn't take action when I could have. I tell him that by the time I realized what was going on, it was too late. There's nothing left to do that can reverse the damage that has been done. But it's only 2014. We still have time to change what could happen. Even though corals are disappearing as we speak, we can still do our best to prevent what could happen. This doesn't have to be our ending. Together, we can make a difference. Don't wait. Save our oceans.